great. Now I don't want to have to do this, but you keep pushing me. So, a little bit ago, Ubisoft held their own private version of E3 where they talked about a whole bunch of their upcoming games, including Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I mean, come on, I know that's what you're here for. Come on. Well, fuck that. We're going through all the games in order. Though I did include a bonus live gameplay reaction at the end of the video, so stick around for a double dose of Assassin's Creed.
Quick update here. I'm actually going to be uploading the live reaction as its own separate video, and that's going to be up exactly 1 hour after this video goes live, so check back in an hour and you'll see that one too.
And I even put the time codes in the description if you want to skip to a certain part of the video if you're a pussy. I'm just saying, you can do it, but everybody's watching you. Let's get into this.
I'm Yusuf.
Hey Yusuf, buddy, how's it going, man?
There's no time to waste.
No time. I mean, I just got here.
Let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
Now, Watchdogs Legion was my least anticipated game of this event. Emphasis on the was. We start off with an incredible opening cinematic by Alberto Mielgo, who depicts the world of Watch Dogs in a uniquely animated style similar to his work on Love, Death and Robots on Netflix. Anyway, the opening sets the theme for the entire setting of the game, which is essentially the people versus oppression in a dystopian future, which is a story we've seen a million times before, from Metropolis in 1927 all the way to modern times in recent games like Infamous Second Son. But here it's told in a much more believable and true to life form, as most of the things going on in this dystopia are kinda already in the process of happening in today's political climate. It's not long before we get thrust into some actual gameplay though, and I've seen gameplay from Watchdogs Legions before, but I never really cared all too much for it. I thought this game was gonna be kind of a misstep. I was actually one of the people who really enjoyed Watch Dogs 1. To me, it felt like an episode of Mr. Robot. And while Watch Dogs 2 was a game that I enjoyed playing, everything you did in that game felt a little inconsequential. So I had a similar expectation going into the Watch Dogs Legion's gameplay and story, but honestly, they've done a pretty good job of creating a real reason for you to hate the new villains and want to kill them. They're actually assholes, and you can see it. It's not like Watch Dogs 2, where you would beat the living crap out of a security guard for simply doing his job and trying to protect people. Now at this point, you probably know the shtick with this game, and that's that you can play as pretty much any NPC in the open world, so long as you manage to recruit them. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with how many different styles of approach there was to these missions, and each of them had quite a bit of character to them, but more than any, one stood out among all of the rest.
You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
Is that Keanu Reeves?
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
It's John Wick. They got John Wick. Alright, where do I pay? Where do I place my order? The gameplay looks really smooth, all the animations were sleek and seem to draw big inspiration from the last couple of Splinter Cell titles when it comes especially to John Wick, which is quite fitting really. Now I gotta admit, I'm actually pretty excited for Watch Dogs. I'm still cautious, but I'm kinda hyped too. Next up is Brawlhalla. I never really got into Brawlhalla, but from the looks of it, it's like Ubisoft's version of Smash Bros. You get to play as different icons from popular franchises, and now it's coming to mobile. I mean, it looks fun. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Well, what do you want me to say? Goddammit, it looks fine. Okay, Elite Squad was a game that took me by complete surprise. I have no idea what it is, other than the fact that it seems like you can play as pretty much anyone from a Tom Clancy game. You know what? I'll just let you watch it.
The target is being held on the ground floor.
Christ, Caveira, jeez.
Contact! Moat chain is down.
Alright, I call bullshit on that one. I've seen Mountain survive C4 explosions going off right in front of him. Ain't no way you're convincing me that he's out of the game with a single shot to the foot. No, I ain't buying it.
Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound. Danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Get back in your cell.
Oh, I get it. In your cell. Get it because it's Splinter Cell? Now that's clever. That's You guys crack me up usually. You're real clever, you know that? Oh man, in your cell.
Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
Alright, I have no idea why Sam Fisher is rescuing El Sueño here. Put that one in the comments. Why is he rescuing him? Better yet, what is this game? Is this like that Shadow Break game that they made a little bit ago? What is it? Oof, it's my jam. It's Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, this baby might have some mage on her, but she still runs just fine.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege. A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
God, look at the early build on that. So much moodier and darker than the final release. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole new level.
At 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, and more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
God, that's actually making me kind of emotional. What the fuck?
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Mad respect to them to actually acknowledging and trying to fix the bullshit issues in this game. I mean, there's still issues in this game, by the way, to this day. They're different things, but there's still crap going on in this game. But at least it's a lot better now than back when all they used to do was just nerf Blackbeard every 3 weeks.
Hi, I'm Ryan, one of your community managers for Rainbow Six Siege here at Ubisoft. Now, we've been getting a lot of people dying to Blackbeard, so in this next patch, we're actually going to be replacing all of the ammo in his guns with blanks. We feel this way his ability would be more fair, as he could play more of a role as an intimidator rather than an actual attacker.
There is no sequel plan, and we are here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
You know what, I'm biased to Siege. I've had way too much fun on this game to be able to knock it. Now it's flawed, it is definitely flawed, but there's always going to be a special place for this game in my heart. Now, I don't know about this game going on for another 10 years like this guy says, but that might actually give them enough time to finally fix the hitbox issues in the game. Now this game is basically Ready Player One Overwatch Battle Royale Edition, or better known as Hyperscape. Now Hyperscape is a new Battle Royale game, so there's not much more to say about that, but this one stands out because it's made specifically for streaming. And honestly, I've seen a little bit of it on Twitch, and I think it's pretty cool because your viewers get to trigger perks and events for you live as you're playing the game that you have to adapt to. They've basically repurposed the map from Assassin's Creed Unity and added a bunch of new assets to it, which has actually turned out pretty cool, I would say. Now I don't know how I feel about this game at the moment since I've yet to try it out for myself, so after this video, go ahead and jump on my Twitch and tell me what you think about it, because I'm going to be playing it a little bit later tonight and we can hang out there. Having said that, I always like seeing new things being done with Battle Royale games to prevent them from becoming stale. Alright, here it is, the big one, Assassin's Creed. And if you've been on my channel before, you already know my thoughts on relationship with Assassin's Creed, and my opinions about it are a little bit controversial to say the least.
Just before we jump into this, I wanted to mention that there was only really 3 major issues I have with this game, and I actually end up touching a lot more on the positives about it in the live gameplay reaction. So check back in an hour to see that part, because I think it'd be quite unfair to say that this game has nothing going for it. There is some stuff here that actually looks quite promising.
Having said that, I went into this game with a complete open mind, disregarding anything else to do with Assassin's Creed. I just wanted to see a great Viking game. And that's all. And what I saw was definitely a Viking game, but a rather unpolished one. Now, a little while ago, there was actually some leaked Assassin's Creed gameplay footage that was really unpolished. And when that came out, developers came onto Twitter to say that you guys are judging a rainbow only having seen one color of it, but Turns out this rainbow is actually a monochrome rainbow since there's only really 2 colors. Starting off, the world and the environment look absolutely stunning, but that's nothing new with an Assassin's Creed game. They always deliver when it comes to world building and recreating a historical scene. The skies look gorgeous, the landscapes look lush, and everything around you just looks fantastic. However, the gameplay is where I start to see some issues. Now stick with me here. They've taken something that should be so brutal, Vikings, you know, impact, fighting, violence, blood, and they've made it feel so light. I mean, how the hell do you take axe combat, something that you've got right in Assassin's Creed 3? I mean, look at this. Look at the impact on those strikes compared to the gameplay here, where it just seems like she's swinging around a feather, just knocking these guys over like bah, 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 bah. The impact is not there in the combat. I can't really feel the power behind these blows. I mean, take a look, for example, at God of War. Look at the attacks from the axe. Look at the impact on the enemies. It takes a little bit of time for them to charge these up, but that is not a bad thing. The animation makes or breaks combat. Even the reloading in Modern Warfare was one of the biggest reasons why now the new one, the guns feel like they have some heft to them. Here, they've kind of taken a misstep and gone backwards to the Syndicate era of super fast, choppy animations, which just, I don't know why they've done that. The second thing that really caught my attention was the free running here. Now notice as she's about to jump off of the ship, she actually ends up clipping onto the side of it and almost jumping the wrong way before disembarking her ship. Again, this is something Ubisoft had fixed back in Assassin's Creed Unity. Unity had the best parkour system I have ever seen in any game. It was so buttery smooth, so precise, and the controls worked perfectly. Yet over here again, we're seeing a step back from that and having old issues that were already resolved in previous games. Why is that? On top of that, by the looks of it, and I can't guarantee it, but it looks like trailing missions are back. Ubisoft, stop putting fucking trailing missions in your games. If you like trailing missions, please let me know in the comments. Just, you know, I love trailing missions and that would blow my mind. But as far as I'm aware, there is no reason why I should spend 20 minutes following this guy down a road. Take away trailing missions, please. Again, if you like trailing missions, please let me know. I have yet to meet one person who does. In terms of story, actually, believe it or not, Assassin's Creed Valhalla has some of the more interesting characters in the AC franchise, in my opinion. However, there is a little bit of a discrepancy between them being assassins and being Vikings. Now let me give you an example. In this bit of the video, he's talking about how as you're going through the world, you can spot little settlements and choose to raid them, burn down the villages, but you're the good guy, kill all of their men. Again, you're the good guy. After that, you can steal all of their food, resources, and riches for yourself. But remember, you are the hero, you're the assassin. Now please tell me how this makes any sense. Just because you put a hidden blade on somebody's arm does not make them an assassin. If it did, he would be an assassin. And since he's not an assassin either. Now don't get me wrong, I don't even care about it being an Assassin's Creed game anymore. I just want a good Viking game. But I think what all of this boils down to is one thing. This game to me looks really rushed. This stupid deadline that Ubisoft is trying to enforce on their developers of pushing out a new Assassin's Creed game every single year, expecting them to make this hugely ambitious title every fucking year, is really bringing down the quality of Assassin's Creed. It's clear that they didn't have time to polish this game. It's clear that they had to rehash old mechanics and not be able to improve on new ones because they didn't have time. If they made it so Assassin's Creed would come out every 2 years instead of every single year, that would give the developers a little bit of extra time to do that final bit of polishing up, to add those little details here and there that make the game better. In my opinion, that would be the best way to go about it. Again, I'm not saying this game can't be fun. It might be, but it doesn't really meet the standard that you've come to expect from Assassin's Creed, although I can't even say I blame them because the developers are under such pressure. I understand that they've been working behind the scenes for 4 or 3 years to make this new game, but the fact of the matter is, the fact that one of these games that they're working on behind the scenes has to come out every fucking year is really bringing down the quality of Assassin's Creed. Huh, I don't think I've seen this show. Is this the new Jack Ryan season 3, right? Wow, I was not expecting that. I mean, that, I can't lie, that looks so fucking cool to me. Say whatever you want, it looks great. It looks like a TV show to me. I don't know about the game itself, obviously, since there's not been any gameplay shown yet, but that intro, that kicked ass. Those seamless transitions, just perfect. I'm pretty excited for this one, but Ubisoft, please give our character some dialogue. The silent protagonist stuff doesn't really work well with Far Cry. Far Cry 5, I felt like Rook had brain damage the entire time. And I'm not even asking for anything crazy, just give him a basic voice, a male and a female. You've already done it for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so why not for Far Cry?
Anyway, if you're new around here, consider joining the family by hitting the subscribe button, and to my current subscribers, you guys are awesome. My live reaction video to Assassin's Creed is going to be up in an hour, so go ahead and check that out, and I'll see you in the comment sections of that video.